you guys know it's Singles Week?
Wow.
It is. So we thought it'd be a good time to focus on a service provided by dating expert Bela Gandhi, who's been on our show many times. She has the Smart Dating Academy, and that group has something called 360 Feedback. And for this, we have single Chicagoan Gina Marotta with us. Bela has asked Gina's friends why they think she's still single. Now, Bela told me about this when she was on last time. I'm like, who would volunteer to have all their friends and people that you dated too about why they think she's single? Explain this, Bela, because I'm a little worried for Gina here.
So we do this as part of our process for all the clients that come to Smart Dating Academy, and it's about really helping people and starting out with a good fact base. So we survey as standard anybody in your village, friends, family, exes, people that know you best, want the best for you, love you, and they're going to tell us the real story about what they think you're doing right and why they think you're still single. So,
and people want to, I guess you want the feedback, but it's scary to think about what it's going to be. So we have this on tape, and you haven't seen this yet.
I have not seen it yet, no.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I can't wait.
Bring it on. There's what they said about Gina. What was your first impression of Gina when you first met her?
Very intense. Very to the point, a lot of fun, seemed to be very happy and driven.
What do you like best about Gina?
I think some of my favorite attributes about Gina is what everybody likes about her. She is very open, she is very honest, she's very kind, and she's very caring.
Gotcha. And what do you think are some of the things that hold her back in dating?
Okay, some of those very same attributes. I mean, her honesty, while it's a very good thing on the whole, I think you have to temper it as to when you use it. I think some of the qualities that made her a very fine attorney that carry over into the persistence and perseverance also pose some obstacles.
So you've known Gina for, 20 plus years.
Yes, I have.
The ins and outs, the ups and downs.
I have, yes.
So tell me what you love about Gina.
Oh, geez. Her heart. Just her bubbliness, how happy she is now. What a great friend she is.
If you had to say, Gina, this is why I think you haven't met the right person what do you think?
I think for a long time, Gina was just on a mission to find her true self, to just heal herself from the past and just be happy.
My parents had purchased a new house when Gina and I were dating, and Gina's very thoughtful, and she was especially with my parents. So as a housewarming gift, she brought this game, and it was sort of a series of small books with get-to-know-you questions. One of the questions was, if you could describe yourself as an object, what would that object be? She said, I would be a pumpkin. And she said, and the reason is because I can look and feel tough on the outside, but I'm all warm and gushy on the inside. And that she perfectly described herself, because she can perhaps come off as intimidating or a bit standoffish unintentionally. But inside, she is one of the most warm-hearted, considerate people you will ever meet.
What do you love best about her? What are her most positive attributes?
She is the most thoughtful, outgoing, smart, and basically your cheerleader that you always need in your back pocket at all times. So she's been a really supportive friend. I've saw her change through the years, which has been great. And I see her a lot happier because she's been on such a fast, great journey that I think now is where she's super happy, and now it's where she can try to attract someone that complements where she's at now.
Well, I think you should be with Ross. That's your ex-boyfriend. Yeah, very lovely things to say about you.
Soft and mushy on the inside.
Yeah. So what's your reaction, Gina, after seeing all that?
Well, everybody talked about the journey I've been on, and that I'm happy now. And I believe that's what was missing in the past, that I didn't have a sense of myself yet. I wasn't sure of myself yet. I didn't know exactly what I wanted in a relationship, so I couldn't articulate that to someone, although Telly seems to say I was so very honest and everything. That's so great. And so...
do you think he was? Do you think he was a little mean, Telly?
No,
or no. I mean, because I think
that's Telly. He was being Telly.
Okay, because it's like, I guess every relationship is, if it wasn't going to end badly, it's not going to end. Someone once said, right? If you were all getting along, then relationships wouldn't end, right?
Still be going.
Yeah.
Still be going. Yeah.
So, what is your analysis about the feedback that Gina got?
Looking at all the feedback, the first thing is everybody says it's about timing. Throughout Gina's 20s and 30s, she went to law school. She became a criminal defense attorney. She was the managing director of a nonprofit. She's a new entrepreneur. She has spent her life focused on her career and not so much time on mindful dating. So one of the big fixes that we would suggest to Gina is really making dating and finding love a priority in your life. If you want to achieve anything big, and what's bigger than finding love? You got to have a plan. You got to start picking the right people, and then you have to stick to the plan. So working that into her life on a daily basis.
But if you still have a big job, what do you do? Where do you make the time and where do you go?
You can make the time.
All right.
Okay. There's a lot of different things that you can do, and we've already started doing. So Gina can be online. She can look at a lot of new dating apps. She meets a lot of great people in her everyday life. So yeah, she's gonna get out there and get about there.
For the people at home, you don't want to. You say a big mistake people make when they're dating. It's not a deposition. Do you think Gina does this? Maybe a lot of people do this when we talk a lot and we don't realize we're almost like interviewing people.
I would have been a pass.
Yeah.
I would have been a pass.
And it's funny because the people that we interviewed are people from your past. So one of the key pieces of feedback that came out is that Gina is energetic and has achieved a lot, but that intensity can also come out on the date. So it's kind of too fast, too furious, intimidating potentially. So it's be easy breezy and bring out your fun girly self that you'd be when you're hanging out with the girls, maybe having a glass of wine, and you want to bring that girl to the date versus the depositional attorney.
Do you think you're picking better guys now? Like, do any of those guys even interest you anymore? Are these guys from way in the past or recent past, Gina? You don't have to answer that.
They're good men.
Yeah.
And the timing, I believe, is the issue in terms of what I'm looking for and what they're looking for and what we're ready for. And yes, I'm picking better men now, for sure. Yeah.
So you can kind of change that? You're kind of always drawn to the same type of person, though, aren't you, Bella?
You can be.
Yeah.
I mean, and a lot of it has to do with your family of origin and what you saw with your parents and kind of modeling that again. So what's really important to understand when you want to fix your picker is understand
what did you cuss out?
Fix your picker.
Picker.
All right.
You have to understand what your pattern is. We tend to date the same people over and over again in different packages. So you have to stop doing what's not working for you and start picking, we call them high GHQ guys, high and good husband quality. So you have to start picking what's actually right for you and who is going to be a good partner for you.
All right. Well, Gina, thank you for being such a good sport.
For sure.
No, that wasn't bad. I thought it was going to be like, angry people Bella found or a girl thing. That was very helpful, I would think. Thank you so much. You can find Bella at smartdatingacademy.com, and she is also on Twitter. Thank you, Bella. Thank you, Gina. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Time now for Around Town.